What up, chat? It's your boy JC. I'm with my boy Jamal Screeder, Jamal Speeder, Jamal Skeeter, Jamal Creeder, Jamal Eater. Pause.
Yes.
We're about to jump into segment 1. It's called Let Us In. Let us in. Open the door. Open the door. You ever seen that video? The little viejito? Where he's like, open the door. Open the door.
You guys do know each other, right?
A little bit,
I
yeah.
just met him right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
We
know each
for
other
like a
a
couple
bit,
years.
yeah.
Okay, good.
This first segment is called Let Us In. So let's start there. How did we meet? Do you remember when we met?
When we met, do you remember when we met?
I do remember where we met. Exactly when we met.
I'm gonna take a guess that it was like at Trophy Room with some ill music.
Right.
And we were both performing.
Yes, sir.
And
what I tell you? You remember what I told you?
No, I don't remember.
I was like,
what you
you're
told me.
Jamal Streeter, right? I was like, I seen your ads on Instagram.
Ads! Oh
You
my
remember
god!
that?
And
You
I went crazy because I was like, damn, I didn't know people
People
saw the
that,
ads.
right? That's
Yeah,
funny
I
that you
do
said that because
remember
you
that.
just said that you didn't know people went to your website, and people do go to your website.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
That's
bro.
funny, huh?
Man, I need to start.
You need to stop doubting yourself.
I know, bro. That's real, bro.
People are looking. People are the fact that we're here. People know
That's
who
true.
Jamal Streeter is.
You told me, did you do your not your first show because of me? There was one time you told me.
I hadn't been doing
Doing
shows.
it.
Right. And so I did the ill music one, and then
Was that
we
your
did
first
another
show?
Nah. It was just like my first show in a while.
Okay.
Like I hadn't been doing shows.
What was your first show?
Oh, I think my first show was with Lavelle Jones.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We did a show at the Percolator. I don't know if you ever. No.
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
Is that
so-
downtown?
It was like a little coffee shop downtown. I think that was my first show. And I used to just go by JC back then.
Uh-huh.
And it's funny because I've been telling you, I don't know if I told you or I told him, but I was like, you guys kind of remind me of each other.
That's funny.
I guess because of like, you guys are one of the few people that, like, really implemented the band into it.
Uh-huh.
And, like, that.
So when you
that
played
makes
with him,
guys
did you
stand
play with
out.
the band? Or?
No. Back then, it was just rapping. We were
Okay.
rapping. We were all just rapping.
Gotcha.
He wasn't, like, structured that way yet. Not yet, at least.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's sick, dude.
Crazy. Huh? It was, like, back in 2011, something like that. Back when I was still probably in high school. I'm telling
You were doing shows in high school?
Yeah, I was doing
Damn,
shows in
dude.
high school, dude. Yeah, we were making music. Like, that's how I met Lavelle. We went to high school together.
What the heck,
Yeah,
dude?
we went to high school together.
What high school did y'all go to?
El Dorado.
Wow.
Yeah.
You all in the same grade?
Nah, he's like a year older than me. Or
Okay.
2. Yeah, he's
Damn.
like a
So
year or 2 older.
where'd y'all go? Like, what studio did y'all?
You know what's crazy is that I used to play beats in the classroom. Like, I used to have this one class, and I was so cool with the teacher. And, like, they knew that I made music, and I just barely had started making music. And I would play beats, and he would happen to walk in and, like, listen to the beat. And he's like, oh, I make music too. It's Les Lavelle. And I was like, oh, cool. That's what's up. And we just, like, linked up like that.
Nice.
Crazy.
That's sick, bro.
Yeah, it's
So,
synchronicity.
did y'all were
bro.
making music at your houses, or you go to the studio? Or?
Usually I tell him to, like, pull up to the crib, kind of like how
Nice.
me and you.
Sick,
you know?
sick, bro.
Yes,
Damn,
sir.
that's super sick.
Yeah,
I did
bro.
not.
Yeah,
did
I
not-
started
I
making
did not
music
know
with
that.
him. Yeah.
You started music with him, is what
Well,
you're saying?
kind of like we started around the same time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you kind of made us feel old when you were like, my mom used to listen to it. I was like, "Girl, what do you mean? I grew up with Lavelle, bro."
There was another guy that when I was in middle school
who you also listened to. Or who your
yeah,
mom
who's also
listened
from
to?
El Paso, and he has a song with Lavelle Jones too, and his name
What's his
was
name?
the Wiz, the great. Hold on, I'm gonna have to look it up. I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it.
You're
bro.
like, I don't want to butcher the name.
Yeah.
All right. So how did our dynamic grow into what it is today? I mean, I'll let you speak on it, I guess.
I guess we met at that show,
Uh-huh.
and I remember I thought your stage presence was good,
Hey, thanks, bro.
and
Not as good as yours. Pause.
no, but like just in the moment,
Right.
just it's hard to look at people sometimes and like walk around, and like I
Right.
feel like that takes some consideration and thought. Like
Right.
you didn't just go up there and be like, I'm a rapper, I'm a rap.
Right.
You're kind of like, I'm a perform my songs, and to perform them,
What? That's crazy,
there are
dude. Because
some
that's what
things.
you inspired me to do more. Like bring
Interesting.
that more out of me.
Yeah, it's important, bro.
Yeah, it is, bro.
This is a random weird thing, but Johnny Cage is really good at that too. Like
Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage is a
The
DJ.
DJ?
Yeah, but like
yeah.
his stage presence, as far as like just being on the mic, it's not
Right.
just going
Right.
out there and DJing.
Right,
It's
right.
going out there and performing
Right.
and
Kind of like
engaging
what 3
the
a.m.
crowd.
does, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen them perform together?
Yeah, it's
KP and them?
very engaging.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
He's
just
not just
spinning.
there. Yeah,
It's
he's
like
part of
telling the
performance.
crowd
Right.
to engage.
He's part of the band, basically.
Yeah, it's entertaining, and
Right,
so I remember that stuck out to me,
That's crazy.
and I was I was putting on my own shows
Right.
more at the time, and I needed people to come up and open, and I would just keep calling you up because you're very easygoing. There was no stress or like beef or
Right.
tension.
Right.
You're always chill,
Right.
and now we're here
Right.
interviewing and getting real personal. So
Right. Yeah, I think also like just being in the studio too is like you could tell right away like who's there for the music and who's there for just for show, you know.
Yeah. You also have like an insane a collection of beats too.
Oh yeah.
Like just a lot.
A
You don't even
lot of
name them. You
beats.
just number
Right,
them
I
now.
number them exactly. Yeah. My boy
It's
JQ
cold.
calls me King of the Vault.
King of the Vault.
King of the Vault.
Your boy Drake. What'd you say?
No, JQ.
JQ.
His name is Jesus Qualifies. I don't know if you
Nice.
stumbled upon him.
No,
He's an
that's
artist
cool
from here,
though.
from El
JQ?
Paso. JQ, bro. That's the homie. He calls me King of the Vault because I have so many beats.
Nice.
Or he started calling me King of the Loop because a lot of people know that I use loops.
Loops and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm like, and then he started calling me the King of the Vault because I'm like, bro, you guys gotta understand, it's not just, it's like I do the loops for the sake of like the easy process of me like coming up with something like on the quicks. Like I could get down to like the layers and like I could do something from scratch if I need to. You know what I'm saying? It's just like for the like there's already musicians out there. Why wouldn't I use their creativity to build what I'm trying to build already?
Yeah,
Like why
yeah,
would I wanna, like I'm not gonna go chop up like I'm not gonna go build a whole studio from the ground up just because, you know, like I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
yeah.
buy a desk. I'm gonna go buy my speakers. I'm not gonna build my own speakers just because, you know,
Yeah.
like a lot of people think that there's a certain like you get a prize because you do it from scratch. It's like
There's a
it's
stigma
not
with
about,
using loops.
yeah, there's a stigma about using loops, and it's like, nah, it's not about that. Like it's about getting to the end result. It's not too much about how you get there. It's about what the result is actually there. Because you could do so much and like overdo it to the point where beat starts getting stale or music starts getting stale and you're overthinking it, and it's like, you know, it's like, oh, maybe we should just scratch that. But that's because you're overthinking about what you're doing, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. I used to buy stems to the songs that I
Right.
would and I would get surprised by how some of them were just like, I get the stems and it was
simple.
just 3 tracks. It was like
Right.
they were using a lot of
Simplicity,
loops, yeah.
bro.
And I was like, damn,
We
whatever.
were talking about that yesterday too, about like what makes a great song,
Hmm.
and we were saying like simplicity is definitely one of those
Yeah.
characteristics.
Yeah. I think at the beginning I was trying to do too much too, like with writing and like
Right.
trying to talk about everything and
Right.
whatever. Instead
Right.
of just keeping it like only talk
Simple.
about this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What is one sacrifice you have made in your music career?
Mm,
That was me asking you.
right. Man, I think we sacrificed a lot. Honestly, a lot of people don't see how much we sacrifice for it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you have to basically sacrifice yourself. It's kind of like in the same way that when you're a religious person, you get baptized and you become a new person. Well, with music, it's like you're baptizing yourself and you're becoming the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I see when I see you perform. You're not Jamal Streeter no more. Well, you're not Darius
Mm-hmm.
Jamal
Mm-hmm.
Rosales Streeter. You're just Jamal Streeter
Mm-hmm.
when you're on stage. You
Yeah,
become
yeah.
like a character, kind of. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And like that's what I feel like a lot of people don't realize, that we are artists, but we're also human,
Mm-hmm.
and we're only showing you, like, it's kind of like the WWE. You know what I'm saying? Like we're showing you an exaggerated version of who we really are, but you might think of us as one thing because that's who we kind of have to present ourselves as. You know what I'm saying? So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people might confuse you as like being bougie or being like, but you're just so locked in with yourself that you can't distract yourself with like love, or you can't distract yourself with like friendships, or you can't distract yourself being out there like on the weekends, and like, you know what I'm saying, like you're
Yeah,
so
yeah.
locked in that you have to stay focused on what you're doing. If not, then you're gonna, like, how do I put it, like when I go to the gym
Mm-hmm.
every day, a lot of people question is like, one day won't change you. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand that if I compromise myself to not go to the gym just to like do this, then I'm going against my word, and then I'm not gonna trust myself later because I didn't do what I told myself I was gonna
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
Same thing with the music. If
Mm-hmm.
I don't do something that I told myself I was gonna do, then I'm gonna look back and be like, damn, I should have done that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's why I always try to like put out music as consistent as possible. That way I'm on top of people's heads as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, there's no way I'm not putting in the work because it's being put out and people are seeing I'm putting out the work. Even if it's not perfect,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still putting out the work.
Mm.
And I feel like that's the biggest sacrifice, like between like being selfish with the music and hoarding the music, and like just letting it be. You know what I'm saying? So that's a sacrifice of like what I want
Mm.
versus what I need to do. I think that's the biggest sacrifice for me.
Interesting. Interesting. Um, what are other things that you feel like you need to do, I guess? Just like as far as like your career.
I feel like I'm in a point where like I really don't know what's next, but I'm just kind of like letting God do His thing. You know what I'm
Gotcha,
saying?
gotcha.
Like I feel like I've reached a point where like I've mastered it, but I know I need to take it to the next level. I just don't know how I'm gonna get there,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to think about it too much because then it'll become stale. If I just trust in the process, then I feel like it'll happen regardless. Like if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But if I force it, then I'm going against the grain,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have the expectation. So if it doesn't happen, then it's gonna let me down.
Gotcha.
You
So
know what I'm saying?
do you have any goals for next year, for 2026?
Nah, honestly, I don't. I just kind of want to
Gotcha.
see what does happen. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay, okay.
Like, I feel like the best things happen unexpectedly.
Mm-hmm.
Like the song that we just dropped, like, has been blowing up. And I was
Yeah.
like, bro, like, does Jamal have pull like that? But then I was like, because I was like, is he bodying my stuff? I was like, how did the song do like all these numbers like the first day, bro?
Mm-hmm.
And I was tripping. And then, like, I noticed that it was in like from a bunch of listeners. It was like one or two listeners
Yeah, it was
just
like
playing
someone
it
playing
a
it
lot.
over again, yeah.
Right. And then it started gaining a certain traction.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I put the ads to it. So that way it'll amplify it.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm saying, like, you don't, we might think a certain song works, right? Because we love it. But once you put it out there, they'll tell you if they love it or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to go and push that, push what they tell you. It's like you make the music for yourself. You have to make the music for yourself, because if you're making it for them, then it's never going to come out right. So you have to make the music for yourself and then put it out and then let them tell you what's good or what's not good, or what they resonate with or what they don't resonate with. Because you could force a song down people's throats, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
it's not gonna hit the same way as if they just naturally do it. It's kind of like the same thing. Like, you could push for fame and you could push for money, but it's not until you kind of like let go of the process and surrender that it actually starts coming to you naturally.
Mm.
What about you though?
Uh,
About the sacrifices, and also like where you see yourself like for the next year, or if you have certain goals, I guess.
The sacrifices is a hard one. Because I don't know, it doesn't feel like too much like sacrifices because this is really what I
Right.
want to do.
Right.
Um
I mean, it might not feel like it, but you still see it, right?
what?
Like
The
as
sacrifice
in
it might not feel like a sacrifice.
It
Yeah.
might, yeah, but you still feel like
there are definitely like
moments when you wish you
there-
could do certain
uh-huh.
stuff, but
because it
you
takes
can't.
time to do
Right.
this. Takes
Right.
time to like write a song and stuff.
Right.
And so in the time, one time I was going to UTEP for business and they were talking
Right.
about opportunity cost.
Right.
And opportunity cost is basically like if you do this thing, it costs you not doing the other things.
Right.
Like it's not just the price that it
Right.
says, but it's also
Right.
like while you do that, you
Like
can't
everything
do this at
has
the
a
same
price.
time.
Right. Everything
Yeah.
has a price, and it's not always money.
Yeah, and so like committing to music takes time, and so in the time that I was doing that, I guess I could have spent more time
Right. Doing
doing
something else.
other
Right.
things, right? But
Right.
there are lots of cool things that you can do in this world,
Right. Exactly.
and music to me just
It spoke to you.
it's like stands out, I guess,
Right.
and feels like it's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right. I was gonna say you
And
feel like it's your
so-
calling,
It doesn't feel so much
like
like
pressure.
a sacrifice
right.
when I commit to that.
Right.
Things feel more like a sacrifice when I choose not to do it. Like when
Right.
I chose to go to a party.
Right.
Would you sacrifice waking up the
Right.
next day late or whatever,
Right.
right? And stuff like
Right.
that. But I guess,
When like you're going against yourself with what
that
you
feels
told yourself,
more,
right?
that
with what
feels
you told
more
yourself.
like sacrifice.
Right.
Um,
That's funny.
But I guess sacrificing the thing that I had to sacrifice is just it took a lot of time to, sit there and learn how to mix and sit there and
Right.
learn how to write and sit there
Right.
and learn how to, structure a song and all that.
So you don't want to put that to a waste. It's like what you're saying, right?
And not necessarily put it to waste. It's just what it costs. But
Right.
if we have to talk about like what did I sacrifice,
Right.
it was time. It was a
Right,
lot of
time, a lot of
time
time.
to get to this.
Right.
Um,
Tell me about it, bro. I've been trying to learn how to mix and master since I started, since those
And you're-
20
yeah,
10
and you
days.
constantly are learning too.
Right,
That's something that I'm
right.
starting to like realize too. Is
Right.
like,
That is never gonna be perfect.
yeah, like even the people at the top of their game, like LeBron
Right,
James,
Right. They're
he's
still perfecting
still
their
like,
game.
yeah,
Right.
like fine tuning things.
But I
and
feel like
learning about.
that's the whole thing about like having a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a certain purpose to get, or like a certain like desire to always get better, like the desire is what keeps us. They say that the opposite of death is desire, because that's what keeps us alive. Like once a person retires and like they go away from their career, they usually age faster, they die faster, because don't have a purpose in life to do something anymore.
Mm.
And so like I feel like once you stray away from your calling, it's like God calls you back, kind of.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. I feel like our desires kind of keep us alive, or kind of keeps that fire within us.
Definitely.
A lot of people say that that's what keeps me young too. I'm like, nah, if y'all say so.
What, your desire?
Yeah, like the basically like that I'm like so locked in with my passion that I don't have time to like stress on everything else, because, and also I smoke a lot, so
Okay.
I don't be stressing as much
Gotcha,
as other
gotcha.
people.
Got you.
But I feel like it's definitely a certain type of magic when we make music. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something to it that keeps us young, because it keeps us in like our like our inner child. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we're having fun with it still.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people like that.
Mhm.
Like they're trying to like. I feel like a lot of music gets stale too because the business side of it gets in between the actual music. You know what I mean? And like the music side is important, but it's not the main course. You know what I'm saying? It's just like an extra. Like the music,
Yeah, yeah,
the music
yeah,
comes
yeah, yeah.
first, and it should be organic.
Yeah, yeah.
And then get your business stuff together.
Got you.
Right,
Yeah, you're saying business when the music is made with business in mind first.
right. It does.
Gotcha.
It just. I feel like it creates like a certain boundary for people.
Uh huh.
You know what I mean?
You used to go. You say you used to go by
Right.
JC.
Yes,
What made
sir.
you change it to JC Kush?
All right. So at first I didn't know what it was gonna be, but my whole idea of it was like crowd manipulation. So I was like thinking of like when I say JC, y'all say Kush.
Mm.
JC, Kush.
Nice.
Because a lot of people like Kush, you know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
just thought like, what do people like? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I was just like, I didn't really think about it too much.
Okay.
But I was like in my like I had just started smoking.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
and then I kind of was like, well, it could be like an acronym, Kings United Sharing Herb, right? And then I was like, that's cool too. But then the real meaning came when I found out that the Kingdom of Kush is one of those ancient Egyptian tribes that were like they were kind of like off to the side, and then they were kind of like forgotten, like one of those forgotten tribes. And I was like, oh, maybe that's where I come from, like maybe that's me in my past life, and that's why I feel so related to it. Well, I also didn't explain this yesterday, but we started off as THC the clique, like as a group of friends. And so the whole THC thing was already a thing.
Got you.
And it wasn't about the weed. It was actually the higher class, which is like, like being like or
Better than
actually
everyone else.
it was that no, but see, it started with the higher class, and then I was like, but now I don't want to be the higher class. I want to be the higher consciousness. So I took THC and I took it more of the higher consciousness. So I wanted it to bring like not like the nice the like the THC part of it, right? The weed stuff, but also the consciousness of it. And then the consciousness of it also relates back to the Kush because it's like a past life, and the Egyptians have all this knowledge, and you know what I'm saying?
The Kush tribe, that had to do with like weed or just Kush? It's just
No,
about
they were
Kush?
called the Kingdom of Kush, and in the
Interesting.
Bible there's a Kush, but they're spelled with a C, so they're part of the Bible. They're part of like they're part of the whole Egyptian, like you know what I'm saying, like
Got you.
the whole thing of like how what they used to think, and I don't know. I just felt connected to it. I felt like maybe in my past life I was there, and I was just like, man, it just clicked to me. I was like, okay, there's a reason why I'm JC Kush, and it wasn't just random, even though it was random. But
Yeah.
it's nothing's really random.
And did you ever do the when I say JC, y'all say Kush?
Only done that once,
And
actually,
did
like
it work
once or
out?
twice. It
Okay,
was pretty solid.
okay,
I
cool.
need to do it for my next show, honestly. Let's go to another question. I really like this one. Like, how much of your art is real life, and how much is imagination? I feel like for you, you're pretty honest with your music. You're really honest with your music, and I really appreciate that
Why you say that?
because you're very open about how you feel, and I feel like it translates to like what people want to say, but they're afraid to say it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What song are you thinking about?
Like "Wannabe." I love that song, and
That's
it's just
a really good one.
like-
That's crazy that you
like
said that one.
I just there was something about that song. Like I might not feel exactly the same way that you felt, but there's something inside me that's like, yeah, I feel that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I could relate to that. Like anybody could kind of relate to that.
Interesting.
You gotta put that song out ASAP. Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'd say a lot of it stems from my real life.
Right.
But there is a lot of imagination to it too.
Kind of like what I was saying about the WWE. It's like it's you, but it's like an exaggerated version of yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to step into this character.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think in that song I say something about wrapping it up if I'm coming inside.
Right.
But for you, I'd give you
You-
2 or 3
yeah,
mini me's.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Right,
not
right, right.
trying
Like
to have
you,
kids.
right? You
know what I
normally
mean?
wouldn't say that as like in person,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
like you kind of
Exaggeration of self or
right,
whatever.
for the sake of the music.
Yeah, it's interesting because when I first started writing, I felt like my real life was not
Interesting enough.
interesting enough.
Right.
And so that was like a roadblock. But then I took an art history class, and there was a section where it was talking about playwriting, and it was talking about when you create characters for the plays. I don't know if we've had this conversation already, but basically it's saying like when you create like an evil character, you make them like all the way evil,
Right.
and when you make like a good character, you make them like all the way good.
Interesting.
And sometimes, okay, like if you make like an evil character, you make them all the way evil and you give them one like redeeming quality,
Right,
or
right.
you'll make the good character like all the way good and then like one flaw,
Right.
right?
Or
And-
like that one thing that like
like the
changed
Achilles,
their
the
life.
Achilles
right,
heel,
right.
or
Yeah. That one thing that changed their life and made them a villain.
yeah, like. But I guess it's like kind of an over exaggeration of like in real life, people are not all the way good or all the way bad, or like a mix of both.
Right.
And but in a play though, you exaggerate.
You have to, lean it towards it.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
lean in towards it.
And
Right.
so in the songs at the beginning, I was like, I'm not interesting enough.
Right.
And 2, I don't feel all the way sad, or I don't feel all the way happy. I don't feel all the way gangster. I don't feel all the way
Right.
da da da.
Right.
A part of me doesn't feel
Right.
like that. And
Right,
so how
right,
do I write if I'm not all the way?
Right.
But after reading
So
that though,
what do you think took you to that level?
well, after reading that, I started writing with that in mind. Like, okay, it's a character.
It's
so
a character.
if it's a sad song, you're all the way sad.
Right. You gotta lean.
Even
towards
if
the
that's not
emotion.
truly in real life.
Right.
Like you're not super depressed.
Right. But there's
In this
something
moment
in
for
you.
3 minutes,
Mhm.
it's all the way
Amplified.
depression. Yeah.
Right.
Or
You
whatever
gotta
the
perform.
vibe is.
You
of
gotta
the song.
perform. Basically, you gotta
Yeah.
perform. Like it's your character for the WWE, and like you gotta play,
Yeah.
you
Pretty
gotta
much
play that character.
And so kind of just over exaggerating what I already
Yeah.
feel or am going through, and then also kind of starting to realize that.
But it stems from something real. It's like art imitates life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you starting to realize?
I was saying, also realizing that people are ordinary, like John Legend's "Ordinary People" song, right?
John
And so
Doe's.
John Legend,
John Legend.
you know
No,
John,
I know John Legend.
John Legend wrote a song
But
called
what do you
"Ordinary
mean by
People."
that? Oh, okay.
And what I'm trying to say is that my life doesn't have to be so grandiose. I can have a
Right.
regular life and have regular problems and
Right.
write about those things.
Right, and
And
still be
because
relatable.
people are also regular, they'll also have
Exactly.
like wannabe. We all want to
Right.
be like someone, or
Exactly.
whatever, right?
All right, so this segment is called This or That. A little fun game before we continue, right? So that we can break the ice a little bit further, okay? Studio or stage?
Ready? Wow. Wow. Why the studio?
By the studio, I just feel more comfortable in the studio, and I feel like there's more space for mistakes.
I feel
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a little more rehearsal and
Right.
room for, but the stage is more like the performance, you know?
Right. You get like that.
You ever do sports?
Dopamine effect. Oh yeah, I used to do sports.
Do you like practice or games?
Yeah, I guess.
You see
yeah,
what I'm saying? That's kind of what
yeah.
it feels like.
Right. Right. I
Yeah.
understand why
To
you
each their
like the
own. To each
stage,
their own. Though.
and you're a really good performer. I feel like I still have some time to go with the stage presence. Like,
Gotcha.
you know what I'm saying? I feel like I need to practice that more. I feel like I practice the studio. I feel more comfortable in the studio
'Cause you're
because
more
I stay
rehearsed
there.
there? Yeah.
I stay there more.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I understand why you pick the stage because I feel like you stay more in rehearsal than making tracks.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
All right. Ready?
Still love both.
Freestyle or written?
Oh, damn. I'm ready.
Yeah.
1, 2. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of people going to the studio and freestyling, or even just people freestyling as a whole. To be honest with you,
I just can't freestyle.
I could.
But if people
freestyle.
can freestyle well, then I fuck with it. But a lot
Right.
of people, I feel like most people are not that.
that great, right?
Yeah.
But not just that, but it's like rehearsal. Like you need to practice it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So like if you practice it a lot, there's a lot of people that tap into it. But it's like, what's the point of freestyling super dope and then not being able to like lay it down? You know what I'm saying?
I see that a lot too. Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's cool. You can spit some bars, but can you make a song?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mhm.
And I hate when people start spitting at me like I'm gonna change their life with a little freestyle. Like, bro, you're drunk. Go home. You know what I'm saying? Or like they want me to like freestyle for them. It's like, bro, like I don't. When people kind of force me to do it, I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
You know. But when
I
I
hate
want
being
to
told
do
what
it,
to
I'll
do,
do
bro.
it. All right, with snakes.
All right. Hook first or verse first?
Damn.
One, two.
Nice.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like the base of the song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I usually go for the hook because I feel like that'll be like the subject.
Yeah.
Right.
I love a good hook.
Right.
That was an interesting one.
Right.
But I mean, I'm not afraid of a verse.
A
to come
verse
first.
starting first.
Yeah,
Right. Sometimes that does set the tone when
Mhm.
you can't find it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm such a melody person. I mean, so are you.
Mhm.
So I'm like, usually I go pick a good melody and then I'll start writing
with
the
the hook
verses.
first, yeah.
Unless a verse is already written, then it's like, oh, I'm not gonna stop the creativity.
Yeah, I
from,
don't try to
from
force
flowing.
it. Yeah.
Right. What's next?
All right. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Quantity or quality?
I feel like that's
a good one.
I feel like we're what?
What's that?
I feel like it's a
1,
loaded question.
2, 3.
See, why would
Right,
anyone
quality, yeah.
put? What are we talking
Quantity,
about?
yeah,
though?
right.
You know what I mean? Because I was about to put quantity just because I knew that you were gonna put quality.
Oh,
Yeah.
just to go against me, fool. Nah, but yeah, I mean, quality speaks for itself, bro. I feel like if you do something for a lot of like when you put in the repetitions, the quality will be there. But well, no, not necessarily.
Nah, stick to your
It's-
answer, dude.
Right?
You're trying to
No,
go
no,
quantity.
no. But it's because I'm trying to say, I'm trying to say like quality matters more because you could have the quantity, but it's like you could overdo it. It's kind of like overcooking. Like when you're overthinking something, it could become stale. So if you're overdoing something, it could become stale as well. But you also need to have the reps in there to get to the quality because you're not just gonna get quality off the
See,
bat.
it's this or that though. You're trying to go this and that.
No. I definitely chose quality for sure because
Okay.
you could do stuff like I'm saying, like very repetitive, and you're still not gonna get quality because some people just like it's just not clicking for them. But a lot of times to get quality, you need the quantity. Yeah. But it's still quality over quantity any day.
What's your favorite song of each other's?
Oh, that's a good question.
Damn, I'm just gonna go with the one I really like right now. I know you already know what I wrote. Ready?
1, 2.
Hey, I like wanna be that. That's
That's
my
crazy,
jam,
bro.
That's my jam, honestly.
Shit, maybe I do
You
gotta
gotta,
release
I'm
that.
telling you, you gotta put that out like yesterday.
It's interesting though, cause we talk about like like the music is good, but then like the business aspect and like promoting things and pushing things and like, and maybe I overthink it. Maybe I should just release a song with no video and
Right.
just do it.
I mean, you could always just do the video later,
True.
right?
Things to think
Because at the end of the day, if nobody has seen the video, or if there was no video, somebody's still gonna like the song. So we were talking about this yesterday, right? I've never been like, oh, I love this song, but there's no real to it. You know what I'm saying? But and vice versa, I've been like, damn, this is a cool reel, and I
True.
really like that song.
True.
Let me go check out the song. You
That's
know what
true.
I'm saying? But in my opinion, I feel like the music could stand by itself. The content just should amplify it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So I mean,
true.
you could release a song, you know.
He said I wouldn't.
But
be mad.
also, it's like I still I was talking to Angelique about this too. It's like I understand that you want to have a certain, you know, like you want to present it the right way, right? You know what I'm saying? So presentation is definitely very important. But also, I feel like the music should be able to stand by itself, and I
Yeah.
love that song. So,
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you're ready, I just feel like if you wait too long, you'll never be ready. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll
Yeah.
never
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
really
yeah,
be
yeah,
ready.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, for
So if
real,
you
for
wait
real.
too long, it could become like a thing where it's like, oh, I don't even really like this song anymore. I don't want to put it out. And it's
Yeah.
like, damn. Well, now you're like you're being selfish, and you're not giving that song to the
To
world
yeah,
because
yeah.
you don't like it no more. And it's like,
Uh-huh.
well, you should have put it out when you liked it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
real,
saying?
Real.
Real. You got to put that song out yesterday.
You just got called out, bro.
Nah, I still love all your songs too, but it's just that song, man. Voodoo's really good too. I can't wait to your next project, bro.
Appreciate
honestly.
it, bro.
Yeah, man. I really like Dogs too, though.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, that song with Mayhem.
Nah.
And who else is on it? Young
Mayhem and Tazzy from True
Tazzy.
Yeah.
Tazzy and Tazzy. Shout out them.
All right,
All right, next
guys.
question.
Rapping or singing?
Ooh.
Damn.
I'm gonna go with this. Damn, I kind of lost my vocabulary there for a second. Hopefully, I wrote this right. Ready? What? Two? What? That's crazy. I would have thought you said the same thing. Or are you just saying that?
I'm just
because
choosing things that I know that you're not
I'm gonna do. Right. That's what
Just
I was
kidding,
thinking
just
that
kidding.
you were doing, bro.
Nah, I used to. I mean, singing is cool.
Right.
Singing is great,
Right.
but I feel like I started with rap, so
Right.
you know.
I'm not gonna lie, like I started rapping too, but I just chose singing because I feel like it comes more natural to me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like I could rap, but I really have to think about what I'm saying with my raps and with my singing. I feel like there's a certain channel that I tap into that I'm singing, like that song. You remember Dr. Cushingstein, where it's like, "If you really love me, or I mean it." I sang that song. I didn't even know what it was gonna be. I felt like it was just something telling me to sing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like a higher power when you're writing, like the Holy Ghost, and it's like the
Gotcha.
whole, you know, the flow
Yeah,
state
yeah.
thing. I feel like with singing, it comes more natural to me, where like I'm not thinking about it. It's just
Flowing.
yeah, it's just like whoa, that's what sounds right there. And with the raps, I'm more calculated with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
More thought out.
Yeah, more thought out. All right, what's the next question?
Studio essentials.
Mm.
What has to be there before you record?
Damn.
You already know what I'm about to say.
I'm nervous that I'm saying the same thing. God damn, dude.
What is it?
What? That's crazy. That's terrible, dude. That's
It's
terrible.
true though. I mean, honestly, for a long time, when I first started, I kind of used that as a crutch. I was like, I'm not good unless I'm high.
Oh,
You know what I'm
interesting.
saying? Like I felt like I couldn't write raps unless I was high. Like it wouldn't sound right to me. And now I use a hack where it's like I'll start it when I'm high, and then I'll come back to it sober, and then I'll kind of like realign it, and then I'll get high again. And if it still sounds good, it's kind of like, you ever heard of that saying that back in the day, the most intellectual people would discuss stuff sober, and then they would get drunk and just to check to see if that still made sense while they were drunk. No, you
Nah,
never heard of that
I've
theory?
never heard of that.
Yeah, you ever heard of that theory? No. So they would get drunk and they would like discuss
Shit.
their ideas.
I've just been
and
doing that accidentally, dude.
right, and if it still sounded good, it meant that it was a good idea.
Interesting.
Right.
Interesting.
That's kind of how I see it now.
That's crazy.
Right. All right. What's the next one?
The problems over here, dude.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Addictions.
Yeah. Demons. All right.
The demons.
Inspiration or discipline?
Damn. Damn, I don't even know if I know how to spell this word. I think that's how you spell it. Ready? 1, 2. Yeah, that's how you spell it, right? Discipline.
Yeah. Yeah. Discipline.
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 Discipline. That's crazy. Yeah, discipline definitely, because I feel like you could find inspiration within the discipline. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I agree.
And you can't find discipline with just inspiration.
I agree 100%. Hey, is this a live video switcher? Is he switching the video live? Is he like live editing
Yeah.
right now?
Kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Camera one. Camera two.
I like that. Yeah, I think discipline is
Very important,
very
right?
important. I think I find that when I'm doing something, I'm trying to learn something.
Right.
Even at my age, right?
Right.
I feel like the more that I dive myself into that subject,
Right.
the more I'm not gonna let some asshole from the street or whoever
Right.
come in
And
fuck with
disturb
me.
that. Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm focused.
Right.
But if you don't have discipline, is you gotta wake up
Focus.
at 4
Yeah.
in the morning to go to
Right.
the gym
Right. Right.
because that's the time you can. That's
Right.
You know.
Mhm.
Right,
I'm
right,
for
right.
it.
Like making sure that you do what you told yourself you're gonna do, because then it builds self trust. And if you have that self trust, then you have that confidence in the. They call it conviction. The
Yeah, the
conviction.
drive.
Yeah, the conviction, because you trust yourself. If you have the knowledge on something, then you have conviction. Behind it. Like it's like I know how to do something. I'm not just going in there blindly, because I've been doing it for so long, and it's like I trust myself to do this. So like one thing I learned about Jamal is that he stays ready, and you don't have to get ready when you stay ready. You know what I'm saying? Facts.
You can talk about lyrics right now or what?
No. I mean, I'm talking about like on stage or in the studio. You're always ready. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people are always ready. And
Interesting.
like, especially when we had the street sessions, and you said that y'all better come ready. I was like,
yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's basically how it is. Y'all better come ready, because, and you don't have to get ready when you stay ready. You know what I'm saying? That's what I learned a lot about from Jamal, because I noticed that he's always on point, like regardless of what it is.
That's funny.
Yes, sir. All right, what's the next question?
All right, next question. One hit wonder or underground legend?
Damn.
Damn. That's a great one.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2. Hey, Underground King, bro. Like Drake said, rest in peace.
One hit.
Why do you say that?
I just feel like I'm already an underground legend. It's
Okay.
alright. It's alright.
So you try to do what I did earlier. You try to do both.
Nah, I don't know. I think
You don't
underground legend is cool,
Right. But
but it would be really nice to have a hit.
a hit, right. That makes sense.
You know what I mean? What's
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, what does that look like? I feel that, but at the same time, like, I'm cool with it not happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Eventually,
Like, I'm
you kinda,
cool with
uh-huh.
making music, even if I never make it.
Mhm.
Like, I'm still gonna make it. Like, just for the sake of, I love like, I was telling the homies, like, with beats, like, the reason I have so many beats is because ever so often I have this itch, bro. I don't cure that itch, or like, I don't make a beat or something, it's gonna bother me. Like, I can't go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. Like, I need to go in there and like create something, and then I'm like, okay, I made something. Like, it's like that certain like itch of like letting the creativity happen. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And like I feel like if we stray away from the creativity or like try to chase a one hit, like the chasing the hit is what usually derails the artist from being themselves. Like J.
Mm-hmm.
Cole tried so hard. We were talking about J. Cole actually yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You know how he tried so hard. Like
To
he
make a
first
hit.
started with "Lights Please." A lot of people don't remember that one. He's like,
Mhm.
lights please, turn off the lights," and that was a good song, but it was trying to be a hit.
Mhm.
Same thing with who that. You know, he was trying so hard to get that hit, but why? Because his label pursued him to do that. Kendrick kind of did the same thing with swimming pools, but he didn't try hard for Not Like Us. You know what I'm saying? That was like natural.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I feel like those are the best hits because
It's also interesting that
you
like
weren't chasing
it's
it.
just your perception of like you say he didn't try hard, but like remember when Drake dropped and then Kendrick dropped immediately after,
Right, the Meet the Grams.
and it just seems like smoothness and
Right,
like,
right.
But like there's so much thought that's
It
put
was
into
it was
that.
still calculated.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like to even get to a point where you can calculate like that, how much rap you have to be doing for years and like
Right.
studying rap beef.
Right.
And so it's just interesting, like, you know, and like just like the street set, like stuff like the street sessions too, like people talking about like, yo, that was so cool, we should do it again,
Right.
da 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 da, and they have no idea like what it
takes.
took
Yeah.
to put it together.
Right.
And so it's interesting, just like, you know, oh, that person didn't try for that hit, but you have no idea what their
how
label
much,
did.
Right. Well, it goes back to the whole thing about like the 5,000 pictures or just one picture. See, a lot of times we think about it in like, okay, like it takes this amount of work, but it's not just the work. It's about doing it with purpose or doing it with, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like with the intent. Because a lot of times the intent is to make a hit, and the intention kind of like does the complete opposite. Like you could hear it in swimming pools. He was trying, or like I don't know. It just like it wasn't Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the Kendrick that we know him to be, and like you could tell he was like trying to fit a certain, a certain like niche of like a certain pocket for the radio. Like he was kind of doing it for the radio, and we do that a lot of times, and we compromise. Well, that's why I said like that one song. It wasn't that it was easy for me to make that song. It was the whole span of my career that got me into trusting myself into building that hit or that song that I felt like is so perfect. And like that's why I feel like Not Like Us sounds the way it sounds, because he wasn't trying to make it a hit. It was just a hit because it's so natural. You know what I'm saying? It's not that he didn't try hard or that he didn't plan it or that, you know what I'm saying? He probably might have had that in the tuck, but he took it there because like he eased into it. It was like another day for him. Like DJ Head says, I called him after Not Like Us dropped, and he was like, yeah, I know. Like he already knew. Like he knew what he was like. He knew himself. With the swimming pools, I feel like he was still trying to find. He was trying to like do something for them, like to fit in. You know what I'm saying? And with Not Like Us, he's like, this is me and this is where I'm from and I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? And like that's the difference between the one hit wonders and the people that could consistently make hits. That's why I feel like Drake was so good at making hits, because he knew himself and he knew he was a top dog at a certain point. And he's like, yeah, this is me. This is my sound. Like it's Drake featuring Drake on every song. Like they sound like me. You know what I'm saying? And he was so sure and like confident in himself. And it wasn't until the battle he lost that.
Yeah.
He took that from him. And now you notice that Kendrick is moving that same way. You know what I'm saying? He's moving with the reassurance of he like that word again, the conviction. You know what I'm saying? You have that conviction that you know is gonna be a hit. Like you don't need to try to make a hit. You know it's a hit. And that's the difference I feel like is between like the one hit wonder and the person that can make hits. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I said earlier, people will tell you when it's a hit, but also you could be that person and whatever you spewed out is gonna be a hit type of thing, kind of like what Drake was on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you could recreate that hit thing just because you're being yourself. But yeah,
Nice.
right.
Well
But yeah,
said.
but that's why I feel like he also has that song Underground King. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew who he was at a certain point. Like, and also he talks a lot about that, like the whole thing. Like, if I stayed rapping conscious, like I wouldn't have all the fans that I have now. You know, like it's one of those other sacrifices that you kind of have to make between like
Mhm.
being like a pop rap artist and an underground
Yeah.
rap artist. And it's like you don't want to lean in too much into the underground stuff because it's like no matter how lyrical or how you know what I'm saying, you're never gonna get the super approval. Or there's always gonna be a dude that's more underground than you, and
Mhm.
there's always gonna be another dude that's more popular than you, and
Mhm.
you can't compare yourself to anything. You just gotta be yourself and stand in your own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In your own, like there's no other Jamal Streeter, there's no other JC Kush, nobody else sounds like us, and they can never be another one like us. And that's why a lot of people say like find your sound, because there's already a Kendrick, there's already a Drake, there's already a J. Cole, and that's why we listen to them for that. Like Designer could have blown up, but he was never gonna stay relevant because everybody knew him as a future clone. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Same thing with any other artist. Like when you sound too similar to somebody, it's like, why are we gonna listen to you when there's already somebody else? You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need to make the distinction of, like, anybody could become a one hit wonder, but can you cement yourself in the game? Anybody could get it. The hard part is keeping it, like Dr. Dre said to Kendrick, you know?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice. So that you said this or that.
This or that. Definitely Underground King. Like I said, I'd rather never be known and still make the music that I love than sacrifice what I feel like I need to be doing to get a one hit. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
just get that 15 minutes of fame, because that's not what I'm ultimately doing it for. I'm not doing it for 15 minutes. I'm doing it for the longevity, long term mentality, like Absol says.
Mhm.
You know, that's the only reason. Don't get me wrong. I would love to get a hit,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I have a hit, but it's like I'm telling you, I'm not the one that's gonna decide that. They are
Mm-hmm.
the people that listen to it. If they like it, they'll listen to it. If they don't, that's on them. Like I can't force a song
Yeah.
to blow up. And it also is a lot about money, advertising.
Yeah, there's a
and
lot that goes
marketing.
into it. Yeah.
But yeah. You can tell I'm very
This
passionate
guy's a,
about
this
that
guy
one, right?
is this guy's a yapper for sure.
This guy's a yapper for sure. Bro, we recorded like 4 hours in the past in the last interview.
All right, next question, last question.
Let's go.
Producer slash engineer
Mm.
mode or artist mode?
That's funny because Jamal does that too. That's hard though. Definitely, yeah. Ready? 1, 2. Oh, interesting. I like being more of an artist, honestly.
Interesting.
I have all these traits for like a producer and for engineering, but it's only because I had to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I took on those roles because I was a artist without a budget.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like if I don't have a budget, then I don't have like I started off with YouTube beats, right? And I don't knock YouTube beats or anything, but I was like I need to get to a point where I could produce myself. So I started making beats, and then I was like, but I need this to sound good.
Mm-hmm.
So I started learning engineering, you know what I'm saying? And so but everything, like above anything, I'd rather be an artist. Like I'm not good at, like I could do it, but I don't find myself having fun engineering people. Like I don't like recording people. I don't like telling. Like I'm good at it because I have the practice, but I don't like producing for people. Like I have the ear and I'm pretty good at it, but I'd rather be an artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Than do the other stuff.
But like, what about producing for yourself?
Only because I have to. I mean, it's cool, but only because I have to.
I think it's part of like being an artist. You're not
Right.
the artist you are if you're not a producer.
Right.
Like if you're not a producer and engineer, then are you just a rapper? Is that's your art? Right.
Well, I feel like
Or are
that's
you
a
a beat maker? What
foundation.
what is your if you're not a producer, like if you take producing and engineering out,
Out.
what is left of your art?
Right.
Because a lot of it is beat
It
making.
comes from it, yeah. I mean, you're right. I just feel like I'm more in my Like I feel more comfortable being an artist than I am being an engineer or a producer. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And either way, if I'm gonna be a producer, I'm a producer myself because you know what I'm saying. Like I
Mhm.
feel like I should be the priority still. Like and a lot of people might not like that, but I'm always like, bro, like I keep the best beats for myself, bro. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Because it's like ultimately what I've always wanted to do is be an artist. I
Mhm.
only started producing and engineering because I had to. You know, I
Yeah.
didn't have an option.
Same, bro.
But I don't feel comfortable in that pocket doing it for other people. I only feel comfortable in that pocket doing it for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if I had somebody else to run that for me
Yeah.
for free,
It's nice when.
right, then I would just have somebody else do it.
Mhm. I feel that.
Right.
Into the thick of
Into
it.
the thick of it. I like
On the
that.
screen, it almost looks like I'm not like talking. Like I can just smile and like be like a ventriloquist.
Yo, Kendrick does that actually.
Ventriloquism?
Yeah. He did that for a show.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
did
yeah,
that
yeah.
right where he was just.
But he wasn't like not opening his mouth.
He wasn't.
He's like rapping, very obviously rapping,
Oh,
and the
okay,
doll's
and the doll's moving.
moving. Yeah, I
Right.
do. I know. What you're
You know
talking
what
about.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
He did
That
that
shit's
though.
sick.
That was cool. Yeah, that was really cool. Into the thick of it. Alright, so segment number 3 is into the thick of it, and we're gonna dive into our albums, Dogs and my album Dow. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and the mindset of like behind it, like the process of creating it. So let's start with the album title. You want to start off? How'd that name come to you, and what does it mean to you?
Into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it.
Dogs.
Dogs.
I made the song after moving back into El Paso, and it was me and my 2 dogs in my room.
Where'd you go?
I came back from Abilene.
Abilene. Oh, interesting.
Yes.
What were you doing in Abilene?
I was into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it. Interesting. Finding yourself.
Yeah.
Nice.
So when I came back, I made this song called Dogs. And it was a cool song. I really liked it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a hit.
Yeah.
And so I had it, and
It's gonna be a hit.
when I was in El Paso, I just kept working and meeting new people and
Right.
collaborating with more people. And this idea bloomed into like, well, what if I just do a project with all of these people that I've worked with?
Right.
Because the first 2 albums, I didn't really have any features,
Right.
and also when I first started, I found it hard to work with people. Like no one wanted to work with me. Also because I had nothing out, right? Nothing to speak
Right,
for.
right,
and
right.
So whatever. But eventually I started to, I had this song called Dogs, and then I had
Right.
all these other songs with all these other people, and I started being like, okay, maybe I should just do an album called Dogs,
Dogs. Right.
with all my
All
dogs.
dogs,
Like,
yes.
yeah. And then Drake dropped
Did
for
the-
all
for
my
all the
dogs
dogs.
right when I was finishing
Thinking
my
about it, right.
album. And
They
then
were
Kendrick
like,
and him got in this
confirmation.
beef, and I was like, oh, what am I? It looks like I'm dick sucking.
Right.
But
Pause.
but no, I had this. I wrote Dogs like in
Yeah.
2021 or something
Right,
like
right.
that. So, yeah. How about you?
How about me? So basically, Doubt was originally gonna be a continuation of my original album, which was called Drawing the Line. Drawing the Line was a representation of like what you talk about the sacrifices. Like I want to either do this or I wouldn't do that. It was like me coming out of high school and being like, I'm either gonna go this route with it or I'm gonna continue pursuing music.
Mhm.
And so it's kind of like me. This is me drawing the line. Like this is what I'm gonna stick to. Like if this doesn't work, I'm gonna go, study business too, which is funny,
Yeah.
And,
money, get something. You gotta get money. If you ain't
Right.
gonna do
Well, I mean,
shit.
I just felt like business is something so like broad
Universal?
that you could, universal that you could just study business and you know what I mean. Like you'll be like you could do anything with a business degree type of thing. Like I could still pursue music business if I wanted to, because I was
Mhm.
doing business with a minor in music, and so
That's funny. I
this
studied
next
music
album. Ooh, this next album, I was like, okay, I wanna, because I felt like a certain energy that like a certain inspiration that I had back then,
Uh-huh.
and I wanted to call it Drawing the Line Part 2. But then as I was finishing the album, I was like, nah, that's not what it is. This is not what I originally thought that it was gonna be. Like, yes, I get the same vibe, but then why would I want to take a step back? I want to go forward. So it's drawing another outline. You know what I'm saying? It's like drawing up another blueprint, like a just like what's next. And also I wanted to leave it for interpretation. Like you could, it's kind of like ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Like you could do always strive and prosper, but like it could mean anything. So it could also mean
You
I had a
did. You
whole
told
stuff
me.
where it was like different stuff like, but the Tao is also like the way in I think it's Buddhism or something like that. So Tao is kind of represents the way, and the Tao is also my interpretation of El Paso because El Paso could translate to the way. You know what I'm saying? And also it connects with God and the Dr. Cushingstein because God is the truth, the light, and the way, or something like that. Something like that, but he's also the way. So it's like God is the way, El Paso's the way, and this album is the way, or the
Gotcha.
Tao is the way.
Gotcha,
Like it's
gotcha.
like the balance between the good and the bad, and then that's why it's in black and white because it's like the
I like
the
the black and
positive
white.
and the negative. And also all classic albums are black and white, like both of our albums.
You got a lot of
and
yeah. You got a
To
lot of.
Pimp a Butterfly. I
Mhm,
love
mhm.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and Scorpion. Scorpion's black and white too.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
there's a lot of albums that are black and white, and I was just like, there's something about the black and white that stood out to me.
Mhm.
And then the other part of the title was "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger."
Yes, yeah, yeah,
So basically, it was just it's a so the Tao was an ode to the first album, and then the second part was an ode to the first album that I like kind of left on all streaming platforms. So the first one was Rome. Rome wasn't built in a day. So this one, I kind of wanted to make it another famous saying. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to do "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger" because I feel like it's like me saying like, yeah, I'm going back to the past, but the past doesn't define me. It's like I'm using all this. Like in the album I talk about a lot of stuff, but it starts off with Pac saying like, y'all try to kill me, and like y'all couldn't kill me. If anything, it gave me inspiration to go harder and like to be stronger and wiser. And like the whole thing is just about becoming another person. It's almost like it's so like tied in with God. Like it's crazy. And I'm not like super religious, but I just felt like it was just like what was calling me, like it was the calling, like it was what weaved everything together for me. And like the song Dr. Cushingstein and me changing my name to JC Cushingstein from JC Cushington was also because of the whole, like me learning to love my own creation is a lot like Dr. Frankenstein and a lot like God, because God needs to learn to love his own creation, and we need to learn to love ourselves in order to love our creation. And it's all tied in.
Interesting, bro.
Yeah, that's why.
And you produced all of it?
I produced the first, I would say, like 6 songs, I think. I think it's like 6 songs at 1st, 6 songs, and then the last three.
How many songs? How many songs is it?
I think it's 9 songs
Gotcha.
and 3 interludes. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's like 12 songs in total. So basically, I produced most of the album, like from the beginning to like track, I would say like 8 or 9. And then there's like an interlude where my friend starts talking. Is Joel's message, and after that, he produces the rest of the album. His name's E&D, Energy Never Dies. He's a homie I met online. He's from like New York, somewhere like.
Oh, cool.
He's from somewhere up there. So we just linked up, and yeah, we've been making music ever
Nice.
since.
Have y'all ever met in person?
Nah, I have not met him yet.
Cool.
Cool dude though. Really dope beats.
What makes this project different from your previous works?
You want to go first on that one?
For me, it's really just the collaboration. My beginning projects didn't have a lot of people on them, and when I first started making music, I found it hard to work with people. And so this Dogs project, it's like 17 features, and so it's just kind of just highlighting the people that I've met and gotten
Right.
to work with since I've
Right.
started doing music.
Right. For me, I feel like the only difference it was like kind of like the structure. I feel like I had a lot more. I got inspired by the way that you make your albums too, because I like how you like throw in little skits.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But so I wanted to do more like an interlude where it's kind of like narrating the vibe and then putting the songs after. But it was kind of inspired by you doing the skits and like I know you get that probably from Kendrick, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch
Or
of people. Like Kendrick is one of them.
Kendrick,
Kendrick's skits are insane because they're like
right,
all connected and shit.
right.
And so I couldn't. I was trying to think of being that deep and profound, but I couldn't.
Right. Nah, but you do it in your own way, and it's dope. Like it
Yeah.
stands out.
With dogs, I was thinking more like, cause the theme is so loose,
Right.
right? It's just a bunch of people.
I
Getting
was talking
together,
more
right?
like what you did with the Mayhem project. You know
That was interesting. Yeah,
yeah.
the Mayhem one was interesting.
And I think your previous album had a couple skits in there too.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, even Dogs did too, but
Dogs
it was
did
more.
too. It was a
But it
little
was more
random.
prominent on the previous albums, which was what I was checking out. I guess because
Interesting.
Dogs, when I was making my album, Dogs hadn't came out yet.
Oh,
Right.
Got you.
Right.
Interesting.
Right.
Okay.
We dropped almost the same time. Actually,
Got you. Okay.
it was like a couple months after.
I
You dropped
remember-
Dogs.
Dogs dropped the same day GNX did.
Yeah, right. I remember that too. You were like, damn it.
That shit was crazy.
All right. What about what was the overall vision behind the visuals? How do they tie into the album's message?
This is a great
You-
question.
Yeah.
Because it made me think like, damn, do my visuals even tie into my album's message? Yeah.
I didn't have any visuals, so I can't even talk about that.
The
Angelique
visuals.
hates me for that.
The goal for the visuals this time was to who hates you because of that?
Angelique.
Yeah, you gotta get your videos up. bro.
Right. I know a lot of people tell me that.
Yeah, it's just part of branding, I guess. But
Right.
before in my previous albums, I would release the albums and then I'd
Drop
be
the
working on these
music after.
videos after, and
Right.
I would get frustrated because the album dropped and it's like, okay, well, we got to get the video done, and it's been a month, and and why and I still got to do
the
this and that.
expectations
So with this one, I was trying to get all my videos
done
done
before.
I dropped that.
But then it's still the whole thing whether they even tie in. See,
It's
there's
still
always
kinda-
a problem.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
still
there's always a
kinda-
problem.
So
You just gotta think about it.
for
like,
this one,
no
it was really just
expectations.
including the people that I'm hanging out with in real life, throwing some
Right.
dogs in there and calling it a day.
Right.
really.
Yeah, I do notice that you do stuff very spontaneous. Even the album cover like was so spontaneous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Everything-
guess so. I try to plan things. It's funny because
Right.
the spontaneous part is like I've been thinking about the album for years, right?
Right.
But yes, it all
But it
does kind of like,
feels like
hey,
it's
this
just
week
off,
who's
boom.
available?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe I
It's
should-
hard to get a lot of people in one room too, though.
Yes, it is, bro.
is.
Even if you plan 6 months
Right.
in advance.
Right. That's why it's like whoever's gonna be there is
Yeah,
gonna be there.
yeah.
Type of thing. I was just there because we were supposed to have a studio session. Honestly,
That sounds
that's
like
the only
me.
reason why
That's
I'm on the
pretty fucked
cover.
How did your album cover come together?
That's a good one. Well, let's talk about yours. You want to tell them the story about what happened the day that we?
I mean, I brought a bunch of people over. We got a dog.
We got a dog, and he had a little surprise for us.
Yeah, he shit on the sheet, and it smelled pretty bad in that
It smelled
room.
like flowers.
And he shit before or after? He shit before we shot the photo?
During. Like when we were about to start.
We were about to start.
We were about to start.
Yeah.
We had to empty out the room, and then we went back
And
in
then
there.
started over. Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
I think there's a video photo somewhere.
There is of the shit.
Yeah.
Bloopers.
We'll
Mine
pull
just
it
came
up.
about. I was just out and about taking pictures. Well, actually, I was just taking a regular picture of the mountain, and I
You're
saw
trying to
it.
shoot an album cover?
No, I wasn't trying to
Okay.
shoot an album cover. I just thought from the angle that I was delivering packages
In Central?
yeah, in Centro, and I was like, damn, this is a good angle of the mountain, and I just took the picture. I just had it there, like just in case. Like I have a couple of pictures like from the city, and I was like, okay, cool, maybe I could use this for something later. And
Yeah.
it just boom,
I like
it
that
just
one.
clicked. I felt like I wanted it to be something that like anybody could just take that picture. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody in El Paso could just be like, oh, okay, boom. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I have a picture that's very
Right, that's similar to it, right?
Uh-huh.
That, I think you told me that. Even
I
if it
did,
wasn't,
I
you
did,
did,
and
right?
I think I was like looking for it too.
Right. I just kind of wanted to give it that feel where it's like anybody could have
Mhm.
taken that picture type of thing.
What was your mindset when you chose the order of the
Mm.
songs?
Interesting. So my album is kind of like in segments. So like the first segment is kind of like the ego. It's kind of like me being braggadocious. Like it starts off with Pac, like, y'all trying to kill me, but you know what I'm saying? And like the first part is like the ego, like I'm gangster, like I'm cool, like I got it. You know what I'm saying? And then the second part is like, well, God took everything away from me, and like I'm doing it His way. And so then it taps into like the whole any weapon. It goes a little bit more calm, but it's more like spiritual, more like you're kind of surrendering to it. And then the third part is like the rebirth, and it's like, okay, I'm coming back. Like it's called the like my homie talks about like wanting to give up, and I was just like, that's so relatable. Like I feel like a lot of us feel like giving up at a certain point because things aren't working out for us, but then like you gotta like kill that version of you and like be reborn. And the next song is like back on my shit, and it's like I'm back on my shit, yeah. And it's like the last part is like just being like kind of like, well, the end of the album is kind of is saying like I did all this right, and I haven't seen the results, but the final message is it's called moving mountains. So basically it's like this higher being, God told me to move this mountain. I've been doing it for so long and nothing's changed. He's like, no, but you have changed. You got better, you got stronger, you got smarter. And it's like, I told you to push the stone or push the mountain. I didn't tell you to move it. I'll move it when it's time. And like that's the whole message behind it. Called it's moving mountains. And like what do we have? What's on the start? It's mountains. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it just all ties in. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of like that was my idea.
Moving
behind
Mountains
it.
is the ending.
Is the ending. Yeah. So it's kind of like saying like it's like y'all try to kill me and I'm still gangster. This is my ego talking at the beginning. And then it's the surrender. It's like, okay, I'm gonna let God do His thing. And then the end is like I'm being reborn into this other person because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Kind of like in segments, but also, yeah, it's not too structured, but like it kind of like carries a certain message.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Of like surrender and like letting God do His thing and like just acknowledging that you're not the one that's moving the mountain. You're just pushing it to get stronger, and God will move the mountain when it's time. Like you gotta trust in His time. You know what I
Nice.
mean?
Nice.
And it goes hand in hand with the album cover.
And what was the
like,
name of
message.
the first one?
It's just Pac's message.
Pac's
Pac.
message.
So they're all
'cause,
kind of like Pac's message, God's message, Joel's message, and then the last one's the final message, moving mountains.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's like a final statement type of thing.
Nice.
What about for you?
For me, it's just I think on my last albums, I try to save the best songs for last,
For the last.
and then I felt like people weren't listening to my albums.
Mm.
So this time, which is so funny to talk about like at this level, but this time I just wanted to get to it and put the songs that I thought were the most lit
Best one
first. So
first, okay. Right,
so
right,
instead
right.
of like, okay, I've been saving dogs for years, put at the end,
Right,
now
right,
let's
right.
just
Right,
dogs
go-
front and
let's go.
center.
Boom.
And then Top of the World is like with Isaiah Moore, I think. Or no,
Right.
Outside with Bran is kind of like, it's not as upbeat, but it's
Yeah.
still pretty tough. Then
Right.
Top of the World with Isaiah
That was
Moore
pretty upbeat. I remember when we shot the video too.
with the video.
Remember that? That was a good show.
And then I think there's like Pop Stars Soon around
Pop Stars.
there.
The one. But I think Popstar's been like your biggest song, right?
Maybe, but I think it's because I've been performing.
Performing it
I
so long.
perform
Right,
it like
right.
it is my biggest song,
Right.
which I don't know.
You don't know if it's actually been
It's
your
not
biggest
necessarily like,
song.
but streaming, it's not like
Yeah,
my
right, right, right.
biggest
It
song.
goes back to like the whole thing about like
Yeah.
you might
Yeah.
feel a certain way about a song, but it's not
Mhm.
always gonna translate to everybody else.
It's very
Right.
interesting. Yeah.
Right.
Like even at the bigger level of people who win Grammys and stuff, it's like, okay, is that truly because it's a better song, or is it
Right.
because better marketing?
Right. Right.
So what is your favorite song on your album,
Mm.
and why?
Your favorite song on the album was, man, what is the message behind it? I mean, definitely like the heart of the album was Dr. Cushingstein, but I do have like a certain special place for the outro because I feel like I'm on my Drake-ish and I'm like really like telling like how I really feel on that outro. Like I'm really like you know how Drake has those timestamp
Yeah.
songs. That's kind of how I feel like on the outro. And then with with the Dr. Cushingstein, I feel like that was just the heart of the album, and like it explain like if I had to pick one song from the album, I would choose Dr. Cushingstein because it kind of like tells you what the whole album is about in one song. kinda.
Got you.
What about for you?
Wait, so is it the last one or the Dr. Cushing? I didn't. Is this or that?
We're not playing this or that, fool. I mean, I like them both. Honestly, if I had to pick, though, I guess I would go with Dr. Cushingstein, just because
Gotcha.
it's like, it tells the story of the song. It's a really good hook, and I'm spitting. I'm still spitting, and it was inspired a lot by one of my favorite artists right now, Low Shimmy, because
Yeah, interesting.
he's singing, rapping,
Yeah.
but he does it on these beats without any drums. So that's my verse has no drums.
Nice.
The drums only come out on the hook.
Nice.
So that's kind of like the inspiration
That's
behind
sick.
that.
Low shimmy, bro.
Low Shimmy, bro. He's
That's
dope. I
super
think that's how
sick.
you say his name.
I think so.
Or Lowy Shimmy.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it's either Low Shimmy or Lowy Shimmy. I'm
Mhm.
not too sure, but he's
Mhm.
dope.
Yeah. We're talking about the same person.
Yeah. What about you? What's your favorite song? You might hurt somebody's feelings.
Right? That's what I was
'Cause you
saying.
have so
That's what
many
I
features.
was thinking, dude.
Who cares though?
There. Fuck,
If anybody feels some type of way, come say something.
I really like a lot of the songs on that album. and I'm
Right. That's how I felt.
Very
too.
proud of the album.
This or that though.
um,
This or that.
Um, I'm gonna go with the last song on the album, EPTX.
BTX.
Um,
Because. Oh.
I like the message behind it, kind of like what you were saying earlier
Right.
about
Which is
when you write a song. I'm trying to think of what the message is because I didn't write the hook. I wrote the verse, but
right.
we were talking about earlier when you had written a song, and everything that you said in that song.
Right. You didn't
was-
compromise.
Yes,
Right.
it's
And
like
that's how you
very
felt?
true.
Right. That's how you felt on
And
that
so
verse.
for this one, I feel like there is no cap.
Yeah,
It's
it's
very
all
real.
Just you. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just also in creating it too with Sky, and Sky doesn't like his hook. He like wanted to come in and re-record it,
Right.
and I was telling him like this is
Like,
really
nah,
good.
this is
And I
what you
remember
want. Right.
we had met at my crib to make the song or make a song, and then
Yeah.
and Sky does he's like a really good rapper, so it
Yeah,
was
he's
interesting
crazy.
that I remember thinking we were gonna do like some hard rap stuff.
Right.
And then I remember that beat was chosen with like this guitar. And then I'm thinking about where he's gonna go with it.
Right.
And then he starts rapping. He's like, I'm running away. I've been all over the place. I never been the one to say maybe I made a mistake. I'm like, God damn, dude,
Yeah.
that shit was crazy.
Right.
So when
and that's what became the hook.
yeah, so when
Okay.
he did that, that's when I was like,
You're
okay, if we're gonna
this
open
is where
up,
we're going with
if we're
it.
gonna open up,
Right.
and so in that verse, I just, I guess I'm kind of talking about, it's very interesting because I had come back from El Paso and made Dogs,
Right.
the song,
Right.
and then came out, and now this album comes out. And at the end of Dogs is a song called EPTX, and it's kind of talking about like, it's funny because he's saying I'm running away,
Right.
and then I'm like, but I'm still here.
Right.
And so like, you know, trying to get out of El Paso through this music thing,
Right. Right.
and then
But
somehow
then you
still being in El
right,
Paso,
and then
like,
you find yourself being right back. in
yeah,
this,
like
thing.
something, a message like that,
That's
and talking
funny.
about the people
You know,
I've met and
KP
stuff.
kind of talks about that too, cause like she said something about how she had left,
Yeah.
and then like she came back and she realized I never had to leave,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
that's kind of how I felt too when I left to Atlanta. I was like, I understand why we left, and it made sense, but we could
You
still
don't
do
have
it back
to.
in El Paso, and it would make more sense to be in El Paso because there's that energy here.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And it's
mm.
like, why would we go anywhere else
Interesting.
and try to be an artist from somewhere else when
Yeah.
you could just be in your own hometown and rep it?
Real, bro.
El
Real, bro.
Paso, right?
I used to want a fucking dude. Like a year ago, they
Yeah.
used to. They have like these upside down LA hats, and there was this
Right.
black one at the fucking lit store,
Yeah.
and I wanted one really bad, and I didn't get it. But when they started coming out with these
the
El
El
Paso
Paso ones,
upside down
it's
hats, bro,
over.
I needed
Give him a
one.
little shout out. Who made them?
Dude, I don't even know, bro, but
Oh,
it says
you
like
don't.
ADD, ADO.
AD. Oh.
I don't know. I
Shout
don't know
out
what
to
his
whoever
name
made
is.
those
Shout out
hats,
to
though. Shout out
yeah,
to them.
sick stuff. Shout out. Open. Art stops being profitable tomorrow.
Would you still do
Would
it?
you still do it? This is a funny question.
You already know my answer. I'm in it. I'm in it to the death. Like,
Yeah.
I have that itch. Like even if nobody paid me or if anybody ever heard my stuff, I'm making it because
Mhm.
it's like I have to. If I don't, like I don't feel comfortable. You know, I feel like I'm playing myself in a way.
When did you start? How old were you when you started like
Like
making music?
15, like half of my life already.
Got you.
Yeah, a little bit more
Nice.
probably. Yeah, I just feel like it wouldn't feel natural for me to. It's like going to the gym, I guess, for me.
This
know?
question was on the segment one card, and I thought it was really good. What you started when you were 15? What kept you pushing when nobody was watching?
Was watching. I saw that too.
That was a
Actually,
good
that was
one.
a good one. Honestly, that's a good question. I don't know. I feel like it's mostly like if people already know that you do something, how can I not be that person? You know what I'm saying? Like my friends already know I rap and I'm a rapper. How can I let them down and be like, nah, I'm not doing this no more? You know what I'm saying? Like they already know I make music. They already know I do this and I like to do this. So it's kind of
When
like,
you were like, but when you were like 16 and you had only been doing it a year, and no
Right.
one knows you for doing it.
Right.
Why were a year in? What made you continue to do it? Because no one knows
Honestly,
you
I
as a
always,
rapper.
I always kind of really wanted. I aspired to be a rapper because of Eminem. So I guess like me trying to me being able to create something up to par was my like, you know what I'm saying? Like me being able to have a song that I made and I produced it and I engineer it be up to par with a song on the radio. That's what I feel like. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
That's what kept me motivated.
Um,
What about for you?
if art stops being profitable, would I still do it?
And the other question
It's
too.
barely. Well,
And both.
it's barely profitable.
Right, as it is now.
I saw this meme about how like the government's getting rid of pennies,
Right.
and then Spotify's like, oh no, how we're gonna pay our artists? Yeah, I would definitely still do it.
Right.
I was doing it before I made any money off of it, so
Right.
um,
What about the second question?
what kept
you
it
motivated?
pushing when
Yeah.
nobody was watching? I like listening to music before I started making music.
Right.
So like if I was sad and listening to a song
Right.
that was sad,
Right.
it kind of made me feel better.
Right.
Or it made me feel like it just helped me feel sad.
relatable.
It just helped me feel
right,
sad.
Right.
maybe.
Like if somebody else felt the same way that you were feeling at the
yeah.
moment. Right.
And so now I just creating songs if I'm feeling a certain way.
Right. To kind of like let that emotion go.
Yeah.
For it to like be alive in a certain space.
Yeah.
Right.
and
I feel
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
more so for that than it is for like someone had to watch and listen to it. It's just like
right.
with no one
It's more
watching
like
or
it's more
listening.
like therapy for you.
Yeah, tomorrow I get to listen to this and that's
Right.
cool enough.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel that.